Hello everybody, it's me again and I am back with another video. Possibly a short tutorial. I don't know. I just turned on the camera and just decided to video and wing it. I know you see this little piece right here. You're like, what is this? Legs and stuff popping out. On my sewing machine, I have some Golden Girl magnets, Blanche Devereaux, Sophia Petrillo, Dorothy Spornak, and Rose Nyland. I love the Golden Girls. So my sister gave me these little refrigerator magnets and I decided to put them on my sewing machine. All right, so enough about that. Let me put those back. So I have a Juki DU1181N industrial sewing machine, and I'm newly into bag making. And after all of my research, I found out that a lot of bag makers use this machine, and it's very good for what we do. So I just wanted to show you guys how to thread this machine and also load the bobbin, thread the bobbin, load the bobbin. Hopefully this is a good shot. I don't know. We'll worry about the angles when we get there. Hopefully everything will be okay. So I have this thread here. It is a bonded nylon thread. Don't know if you guys can see that, but it's a bonded nylon thread, and it is a 210D/3, and it's 4 ounces of it. What does that mean? I really don't know, but what I do know is text 70 TEX and then the numbers 70 are the threads that I've seen people with this machine who make bag making, who are in the bag making industry, who make bags. They use text 70 thread, and it works really, really well for the machine, with the machine and with the bags. It's more of like an industrial heavyweight thread. And just doing my research, this came up as text 70 industrial thread, and I purchased it. So I've used some different colors of this brand of thread before. It seemed to work really, really well in my machine. I haven't had any issues with it, so this is what I'm using for today's tutorial. All right, so I am going to set this thread, and I'm in my basement, so I don't have a mansion. I don't have a beautiful sewing room and sewing space that you will see on Instagram or YouTube, and all that jazz. But one day it's coming, so I gotta do what I have to do with what I have, what God has blessed me with, and we're gonna make it work. All right, so I'm gonna set this thread here on the spool holder that you don't see right now. So the spool holder is right here, and sorry for my hand. Sorry for my hand. Whoa. All right, I had a man down situation. Don't mind all that stuff in the background. Don't even look at it. All right, so I'm putting the thread on the spool holder. And in the comment section, all of you experts, if I'm saying something incorrectly, just drop in the comment section exactly what it is, the technical term for it. You will be helping to expand my sewing knowledge, and I will use it on the next video. So I'm taking the end of my thread, and I am putting it through this hole here at the top, and I'm bringing it down. Bringing it down, 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 and we are here. And I am, wonder if I can zoom in. Oh, it said I can't zoom in this mode. Okay, well, we'll make it work. So you're gonna take the end of the thread and you put it in at the top, going back. And then I like to take the other end. There's 2 holes on this, and you put it through, coming the other way. So it's like a little loop, a little loopy loop back here. And you bring it down. All right, so the next thing that we are gonna do, there is a hole right here where this, I believe this is a tension wheel. I am not for sure. The videos that I watched before said don't mess with it, so I don't mess with it. But there's like a little silver thing that protrudes out and it has a hole. You put the thread through that hole. So I'm putting the thread through this hole right here. On here, there's a disc as well. Once you put the thread through that hole, there's a disc, and it's like a little disc where the thread can fit inside of it. It can kind of lay in there and you kind of feel it snap a little bit. So you want to take your thread and just kind of set it in there to where it kind of like sits snug. All right. The next thing is there's another silver or chrome protrusion at the bottom that has a hole of this whole little device here. You want to stick your thread through that hole as well and bring it through. And maybe I'll try to bring my camera closer. Hold on. We'll see how this works with me using one hand. So, because I'm holding the camera with the other one. So remember, I got the spool right here. I have the thread coming through here with a little loopy loop. And here is the first silver hole that I was telling you about. There's like a disc here that the thread sits in, another hole here that the thread goes in. And the next thing is you take the thread and you see this little hook loop thing back here. You want to hook it back in there like that. All right. Now there's a bigger disc like the one that we just set the thread in up here. There's one down here as well. So you want that thread to do the exact same thing. You want it to kind of fit in there snug. You're going to kind of feel like some tension. You want to fit in there snug. Okay. So once you do that, you loop it up and there is like a little spring bar action thing going on. You want to make sure that that thread hooks into that spring bar. After you do that, you take your thread and there's a little long lever thing right here. You put the thread underneath that, bring it back up, and you want to put the thread right back into that same loopy loop right above it. All right. So now it should be, essentially two threads in that same hole. And if you pull on it, it's going to move the tension or that spring clasp. That's exactly what you want to happen. All right. So now at this point, you might have to lift your knee presser to kind of pull to give you some more thread to be able to use. So that's what I'm doing. I'm just kind of pulling it. Behind this safety bar right here, that's what I'm calling it, is a safety bar. You have, let me go here, another chrome piece with a hole. You want to put your thread through that hole as well. All right, we got it through the hole. Yeah, I fell out. Oh, wait. And it's hard working with just one hand holding this camera, so sorry, y'all. So get that back, put it through the hole here. All right. Okay. What the heck? Something ain't right. Hold on, wait. What is going on? Let me pause this. Okay, it was right. It's just, it feels weird not being able to just do it like fluid like. When you do it really slow, you're like, did I do it the right way? All right, so it's in that hole at the top. Then you want to loop it behind the other chrome loop right here. So you want to do that. All right. At this, there's a little, see if you guys can see it, another chrome piece right here. There's like, it's kind of like coily. And so what you want to do is loop the thread around it once, around it twice. So it's kind of like a little dual action, like a loop, like zoop, zoop. And you put it through here, and then you should be able to have free range of motion with that. there is another hole right here. Hold on, wait. Right there. My camera can focus. Stick the thread through there as well. If you hear snoring, that's one of my dogs snoring in the basement. All right, and it is in there. The next thing that you want to do, what is that? Okay. The next thing that you want to do is the needle. You want to put the thread through the eye of the needle, going from left to right. Okay, there we go. All right, I'm going to drag it from the other side. Got it. That don't look right. I cracked myself up. Okay, here we go. Go down. It's just like twisted, so I'm trying to get it straight. There we go. And I, grab it and I pull it back with my presser foot. So that is how you thread the machine. Still not done yet. I'm going to pause it and show you how to load the bobbin and thread the bobbin. All right, I'm back. So the same thread holder that you put up here. Normally, smart people do this first. I don't want to say smart people because I'm a smart person, but in the moment, did I make a very smart choice and decision? No, I didn't, because I should have did the bobbin first. So now I have to unthread the machine and thread the bobbin, but that's no problem. So now I am going to take your thread, and behind the machine, there is a little chrome piece right there with the hole. You want to put the thread through the chrome piece, and there's another like tension disc. Make sure you put your thread through this tension disc. It's a little bit tighter than all the other discs. All right, so make sure you do that, because you don't want it coming loose, because it'll have thread everywhere. And once it's in, you'll actually kind of hear the thread kind of go in the disc. My machine is kind of new, so it still has like a lot of creaky and squeaky sounds. So yeah, mine was like a squeak when I put the thread in there. All right, so if you move up this way, there is a little protrusion here. This is where you're gonna put your bobbin. All right, so you want to push your bobbin on there. Again, my machine is kind of new, so it doesn't have all of the wear just yet. So it was kind of I had to kind of not force it on, but use a little bit of more strength to kind of push that bobbin on there. Take your thread, and remember, I'm using one hand, and put the thread through one of the holes on the right side. Like that. All right, it's on there. So if you see, we have our thread inside of that hole down there, inside of the tension disc. The thread is tight right here, and we have the thread coming out of the bobbin right here. Make sure that it's pushed all the way over, and you push this lever back. This is the automated self-winding bobbin. All right, what you want to also do is make sure your machine is not threaded. So remember, I kind of did the reverse. I showed you guys how to thread it. I had to take all the thread back out to be able to do the bobbin. Some people say that you can still sew and do wind a bobbin at the same time, I don't want to run the risk of messing something up, so I'm not going to do that. But what I will do is I will turn on the machine, which is right here. And my husband is starting to mow the grass, so you may hear some background noise. And also back here, I am going to make sure that the presser foot is up, because when the bobbin is being wound or winded, I don't know, winded, y'all tell me in the comment section, it's going to allow the feet to move like as if it were sewing. And, you know, because these are expensive machines, you don't want to ruin the bottom of the presser feet when you're winding a bobbin. So, yeah, I make sure that my presser foot is lifted up. And we come back here. All right. So what you want to do is make sure you hold this tight. Don't let it go. And when you put your foot on the, I can't even think of the word. What's the name of the word? The pad, the foot pedal. There we go. When you put your foot on the foot pedal to make it go, with the tension and the speed, is going to have this break off for you, so you won't have to do anything. But make sure you hold it tight, because it will get away from you. All right, here we go. There we go. See, it broke for me. And I'm just winding it. And when it gets to the capacity, it is going to stop itself or pop out. And then you just take your foot. There we go. Once it pops and release, you take your foot off the foot pedal. And what you want to do is just take some shears, scissors, nippers, whatever, cut it, and go through the threading process that we went to in the beginning of the video. All right. All right. How do you put the bobbin inside of the machine? So here is my bobbin case. And what you're going to do is stick your bobbin this way, like a letter P, circle, long part. Stick your bobbin into the bobbin case. And there's a notch right here. See that little notch? You want to take the tail end piece of your thread and put it through that notch. And I'm going to put the camera down so I can do that and show you when I come back. All right, so my thread is in that notch. The second thing you want to do, there's a little hole right here. You want to drag that thread up without removing it from the notch and place it in the middle of that hole. And I'll do that off camera and show you what it looks like afterward. All right, now the thread is exactly where we need it to be. So in order to prevent this bobbin from falling out, there is a lever right here. You want to hold that lever back. So like if you were to lift or turn it upside down, now the bobbin won't come out. If that lever is not pulled, it's going to slide right out. Okay. Now this is not a top loading bobbin machine. What does that mean? That means you can load your bobbin from like the top and it'll just like drop down in there. That's not how this machine is. You would think it's something like that because there's an access panel right here, but the access panel is just meant to be slid back to where you can easily access the side bobbin. And that access, how you put it in, is actually underneath the machine. So let's see if you guys can see underneath the machine. Turn my light on. Here we go. This is underneath the machine. This is where the bobbin case is going to be loaded. So I'm going to keep this phone right here so you can see. I'm going to grab my bobbin. I'm going to hold that lever, making sure that that bobbin doesn't come out. And I'm going to place it right in the hole. And I just do this better by feeling down there. Whoa. It's hard doing this with a phone, y'all. Don't judge me. Don't judge me. What's going on? Okay. I just feel. Let me pause it. So it's just something that you got to feel for pretty much. You can slide back the access panel, which gives you kind of more visibility on top. But you kind of just have to, it's something you have to feel for. And holding a cell phone and doing it at the same time just doesn't work. So you see that string hanging? What we want to do, now that the bobbin is inside of the bobbin case, what we want to do, let me take this flash off, is go to your manual hand wheel right here and pull it towards you until your thread catches the bobbin thread. And if you pull it, it should catch it for you. See, there's a tiny loop down here. Put this down so you can see it, what I'm talking about. There's a loop, and that means that my bobbin thread was caught. All right, so let me pull that out. Get my nippers and pull it out. All right, I got my bobbin thread. And now that it's out, you should have two tails of thread. One is the top thread that makes the top stitches, and the other one is the bobbin thread, which makes the bottom stitches. And by those intertwining, it secures whatever you're sewing together. So that is my not so short, but not so long tutorial of how to thread the Juki DU1181N industrial sewing machine. Thanks everybody for your time. I hope you have an awesome day. Talk to you later. Bye.